And we are live. What is going on, everybody? My name is Nikki Smokes, your host of the Sunday Night Prayer. Don't let the intro video confuse you. You are in the right place today. We are breaking down the AFC East. I am joined by my four beasts right here. I got Bobby, Pro Fried Field, Billy Smokes, and our own personal geek. Oh, I can't wait for this. This one is home. This is a Percy. Dante, what is that mustache? Is that real? That thing
I'm fucking
is
with it.
huge.
It's a good stash.
I love it, but like, dude, tell everyone how old you are, and then tell me how long it took you to grow that mustache.
I'm 19, and I haven't shaved in I think it's been like 3 weeks, a month, maybe.
Dude, last week your mustache wasn't even close to that.
Dude, you're
I'm gonna shave it today or tomorrow.
19 years old. Look at that mustache, bro. That is unreal, man. Unreal.
You should curl it at the end, Dante. Curl a little bit at the end. Wait for it to grow a little bit more, then curl it.
Yeah, see, that's where it gets like all weird because this side isn't as long as this side, so it doesn't really work.
Oh fuck! Yeah,
we'll get you there.
You can't just trim it or anything and make it even.
See, I'm too lazy to do that, so at that point, I just want to shave the whole thing off.
Okay.
Fair play.
Well, we got an absolute banger today. I don't know. Like, do we just go right into it? Do I just tell you guys that the Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl, or do we build into this thing slowly but surely? Do we let Dante just read everything off PFF for their AFC East preview?
Yeah, no need for us to speak either. Dante can just kind of go off his $35 a month.
Yeah, let's do this. It's 7:02. Dante, tell us as much information as possible until 7:04. Like, let's get it all out of the way now. Let's see what you could do.
About like all the teams or just one team?
Like just go beast mode.
Your quick hitters, Joe. Give us your bangers.
All right,
give us your must-know facts for the AFC.
Yeah.
East.
All right. So personally, I'm just gonna start with the Jets because that's the team I did like most recently. It's fresh off the dome. I think John Franklin Myers and Quinnen Williams are a super underrated duo just in terms of like defensive tackle play. Both of them were very good rushing the passer and stopping the run. The Jets do lose Foralunzi Fatukasi. He's like the best run stopper like in the league almost. He's a top 3. He's been a staple, like top 5 stopping the run for like the last 5 years. So losing him is going to suck, but I do think that JFM and Quinnen Williams will excel in like every area like they did last year. I'm not a huge Jermaine Johnson fan. I think he's really stiff. Doesn't really have a lot of multitude in his game. Not a lot of variety.
What?
He gets stood up a lot. He's not. I don't think he's gonna be in the league within like 5 years. I think he's kind of buns.
Jermaine Johnson is stiff.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't have any bend. Watch him play. Watch him play.
Stiff as a board.
He has no bend. Other than that, I think Sauce and DJ Reed are a really, really solid cornerback duo. They complement each other really good. Like DJ Reed's 5'9", Sauce is 6'2". Gives you
Sauce
like a
is
little
gonna
bit
look
of a
real
mix.
dumb when he's getting fucking cooked in Miami. Fuck
Yeah,
wrong
he
with him.
is.
I'm not going to disagree with that, though. No, I'm not going to disagree with that. And then on offense, their like wide receiving room is all right. I like Breece Hall. I think he's got a lot of talent, and their offensive line's pretty solid, man. Connor McGovern's a solid center. You also got Mekhi Becton moving to right tackle. It's going to be interesting to see how he does. George Fant solid as well, and they also added Langston Tomlinson from the 49ers, who's very solid. He hasn't given up more than 4 sacks in a season during a 7-year career, so very solid player. Oh, the Patriots, I honestly was not a huge fan of what they did in the offseason.
Skip them. They suck.
They
didn't do anything.
No one cares. They got Devontae Parker. They let J.C. Jackson go.
But
Don't talk
about the
bums.
player you do want to know on that team, though, is Christian Barmore. They lost a different defensive tackle, I believe. I'm not sure who it was, but they did lose one, and Barmore is going to have a much bigger role. He made an immediate impact as a rookie last year. He was a sure tackler and posted a 10% stop rate, which is well above average for his position. The defensive end and Judon and Weiss are not very good against the run. It has me a little bit worried. And the linebacker group loses Van Noy, and I believe Hightower is still a free agent too. So they're going to be real, real bad against the run, which has me scared. And obviously with McDaniels leaving, the offense is probably going to regress a little bit too. The Dolphins, I actually really like your guys' team. Like I like your guys' team a lot.
I'm just gonna we're the fucking best team in the AFC East, but I'm gonna let you slob us up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But we're not gonna act like those last 7 weeks isn't like the gauntlet of the NFL. Like that's got to be one of the toughest stretches. I mean, they play like 5 playoff teams in a row and then like have to play division opponents on the road. Like it's tough, man. So I think they have a really high ceiling, but also a pretty low floor. If a couple weeks don't go well and it just gets to their head and they end up being not very good. Tua, I think he improves a little bit. I mean, last year he was pretty damn bad. Like 22 turnover worthy passes. His windup is still real slow, which I'm not a huge fan of. The offensive line, I think, is still going to be not very good. But you do have Waddle and Tyreek. You can't ignore that. They get down the field so fast. It helps the offensive line a ton. They're kind of just going to run those 5-yard dig routes, out routes, and be like, yo, we're going to give you the ball. Like, just do your thing. And that's what they'll do. I mean, they're just that good. Running back room, really deep. Really, really deep. Probably the deepest running back room in the NFL. Yeah, that's the thing, though. None of them are like really, really that good. I do like Mostert. I think he's probably the best one. Edmonds is all right, but outside of them, I think Sony Michel is like arguably the worst running back in the league. I've been saying that for years now. I think he's absolutely terrible. The offensive line is going to improve a lot, though, actually. I mean, they lose Jesse Davis, which is already an upgrade by addition.
That's a blessing.
Thank God.
For real. Teron Armstead, one of the best tackles in the league. He's been awesome. Despite his age, he's really shown no signs of regression. He's given up more than 20 pressures only once since 2015, and his leadership is going to be super big for like the young guys' development. So I'm a big fan of that move. And they also got Connor Williams entering the prime of his career. He's improved as a pass blocker like every year since he's been in the league. Was a solid run blocker as well for the Cowboys. So that's another really, really good addition in my opinion. The run defense last year was really, really good. Not even a fan of Jerome Baker, Elandon Roberts, but and Raekwon Davis. They both had a pretty bad 2021 season. But those defensive ends, man, and the outside linebackers, Van Ginkel, Agba, and Christian Wilkins, and Seiler, the defensive tackles, they made this group, and that they were all very good. They were all getting pushed on the line of scrimmage, and they were all really good tacklers. So they have me.
We had the best secondary in the NFL.
Yeah,
I don't even think you mentioned our secondary.
Well, I haven't got to that point yet because you guys
too many good things to say about the boys. Run it up.
We also got you guys were number 1 in pressure rate last season, so the sacks are going to come. Just because you guys weren't first in sacks, pressures are arguably, in my opinion, more important when it comes to like how a group's going to progress, how to see who's going to make the biggest jump. And I really think they will. And Jalen Phillips, he's the opposite of that bum on the Jets, Jermaine Johnson. He's got bend. He ain't stiff. But last season, the one thing that I wasn't a huge fan of was most of his pass rushing moves, he was just running straight at dudes and running him over. He's got to be a little bit more versatile this year. And I think he's going to be a little bit more versatile this year. He's going to have a breakout year. Always been a fan of him. I was on him since high school. He was like the number 1 recruit in the nation. He's a dog. He's going to have a great season. Secondary, I have to say, playing quarterback for the Miami Dolphins is the hardest job in the NFL. They run the most man coverage in the league. It's not very close either. So props to all those guys for doing well. Xavier Howard obviously leading the way. I don't think
best corner in the league.
You guys think he's a lot better than I think he is, but he's still a very good player. I don't even know about that. Definitely, but he's very good player.
You don't think he's top 5?
No.
You're done.
Damn.
I mean,
he's top 5. He's not the best.
You can read PFF all day, but you're not going to come on here and tell me Xavier Howard not top 5.
I also don't think Tua has a slow windup. I think he's just left-handed, and Dante's brain's not used to watching a lefty throw the ball.
That's the biggest problem with Tua, in my opinion.
Dante, I'm gonna give you one last chance to say Xavier Howard's top.
He was going off until then too.
I don't know if I can say.
Name 5 better.
Name 5 better. Like before I let this airhead back in. Go ahead.
Jair. That's like that's 2 that are
Tre'Davious White. Tre'Davious White is really
White,
good.
Yeah, he's nasty.
He's hurt.
I mean,
he tore
his ACL, but once he's healthy, he's really fucking nasty.
Darius Slay, but he's old now. I mean,
Dante, go ahead. Name 4 corners better than Xavier Howard. 5.
4 or 5?
5.
Jair, Jalen, AJ Terrell. You guys said he's a good one. I think Marshawn Lattimore is. JC Jackson too. I'd say.
Tre'Davious White.
Better than Xavier Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're tripping, Dante.
Oh my God.
Xavier, and considering the stat you already put out about him being in man more than any of those dudes.
Yeah, but he also gave up an above average passer rating when he was targeted. So you got to take that into account. I mean, if this guy's being targeted and quarterbacks are doing above average against him, that's basically saying he's a below average.
Howard.
What do you mean?
So he's got a little bit of the Trevon Diggs going on there.
No, dude, not even
No. That's
close,
disrespectful.
dude.
No, that's
I'm
disrespectful.
I'm wondering
This is
what
why I
I'm
hate
doing.
PFF. This is why I hate
disrespectful.
PFF because he gets targeted 3 times a fucking game. No one throws the ball towards Xavier Howard. I watch every single snap of every single fucking Dolphins game that's ever happened in the last 22 years,
Okay,
bro.
and when
No
he
one
was
tries
targeted-
Xavier Howard
when he
after he
was
had 12
targeted-
interceptions.
When he was targeted, he was giving up an above average passer rating.
Oh my god. What's an above average passer rating?
Yeah.
I think last year the average was 86 point something, and he was like 88, so he was slightly below average in
Yeah,
terms of
for
that.
sure. Yeah. Go ahead and ask every team we played if they were cooking Xavier Howard.
Yeah,
I'm good.
he probably gave up like 15, 20 catches on the season.
But I mean, he's a good player. Like I don't think he's top 5. The guys I named, I think, are better than him. But I mean, he's still very good. And Byron Jones had like a bad season for his standards. He'll improve too.
Good. So bet the Patriots week 1. This is
No,
silly.
no, what?
That's
Bro,
drafted.
go on to the Bills. Go on to the Bills. Like I can't believe you said that.
Fields not gonna like my Bills thing. But so this team, they weren't even top 5 in yards per drive or points per drive. So people acting like this team is like the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl. I'm not a huge fan of that argument. I really don't think they are. I think they're going to regress. Josh Allen threw like almost 2 times as many turnover-worthy passes than interceptions. So his numbers are going to be a little bit worse, in my opinion. The rushing attack, I do like James Cook, but at the end of the day, none of those guys, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, none of them have established themselves
Duke
as
Johnson.
a staple in the NFL. Yeah, Duke Johnson definitely not.
Cannot forget about Duke Johnson.
Duke's
He's
a
a
Duke's a
workhorse.
dog.
Duke.
Duke
I mean,
Johnson's a dog.
He's a
James Cook,
workhorse.
Miami
Dude.
Dolphins
James
legend
Cook-
for
I like
3
their
weeks. All his
backfield as a
touches.
whole now. As a whole now, I like their backfield, but
I wouldn't say
Devin
that. And,
Singletary's like
That's not bad, dude.
and their run blocking was abysmal last year, so that kind of
James Cook overrated.
yeah, but James Cook would be good out of the backfield at least.
Yeah, he's a good pass catcher, which is what I'm looking forward to most. But I think Singletary will get the majority of the carries.
Singletary's like slow and not big. I don't know what the fuck his deal is. I feel like he should be a lot better.
Well, you got to look at the offensive line, and you kind of understand why the running backs have been so bad.
Yeah.
So
Well, was their problem last year. They had like a 6-game stretch where they were just like on off. They lost to the Jags, beat somebody, lost to somebody, and they couldn't run the ball at all. And their whole offense looked like shit because of it.
Yeah, they would score 41 points one week, then 16 the next week for a little bit of the last season. I remember that.
So as for the receiving corps, though, you got Diggs, arguably the best route runner in the game. Had a little bit of an off year last year. I think he was 21st in yards per route run.
So now
in
Devontae
2020.
Adams doesn't exist.
What do you mean?
You're
I said
just getting
arguably.
worse and worse.
I said arguably. Did I say he's the best? Did I say he's the best?
That's what it sounded like.
I said
what it sounded
arguably.
like.
You want to listen? So
Damn.
Well, hurry up, dog.
he's
Hurry up.
taking words out of my mouth. I said
Oh my
arguably
God.
the best route
Guy
runner in
doesn't
the
even
game,
have
which
X
he is.
top 5. I can't take him serious.
So hey, somebody's blinded by the light over there, dude. Holy crap. He was 21st in yards per route run last year. He's probably gonna be top 5 like he was in 2020 this year. They got Gabriel Davis. The thing about Gabriel Davis is he had that 4 touchdown performance against the Chiefs. You got to think that Josh Allen's gonna want to target him more after proving himself in a big game like that. So I think he's gonna have a little bit of an increased role. They also got Khalil Shakir and these like more niche players. Like I said, Khalil Shakir is a niche player. Tavon Austin, also a niche player. Jamison Crowder, that gives you a nice value in the slot. And the offensive line, they got Roger Saffold. He's pretty good. But Deion Dawkins is still the best piece of that offensive line. He was really the only one that was really, really good last year. He only allowed 4 sacks on like almost 800 pass blocking snaps last year. But if he wants to put his name in that elite category, he's got to limit the penalties. He committed 10 last year and has committed at least 10 and 60% of his NFL seasons. So he's got to do a little bit better in that part. I like their linebacking duo, Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds, both very, very good. And adding Von Miller is going to be even better for that group. He was extremely good against the run last year. His average depth of tackle was 0.4 yards, so he was really good in pursuit. Ed Oliver and Greg Rousseau were both really good against the run, but the right side of that defensive line has me really worried. Shaq Lawson and Daquan Jones, both of them just extremely average, don't really offer a whole lot. The pass rush, like I said, those 2 guys on the right, not going to be very good. Not going to be Jerry Hughes or Mario Addison. They were both really good for them last year. Neither of them there anymore. Greg Rousseau, I think, is going to have a big year. He was really good at Miami. Big body, moves pretty good for his speed. I think he's going to have a big year. They didn't get rid of Mario Addison and Jerry Hughes for no reason. They know that Greg Rousseau's got it. I think this is the year that he's going to prove that. And Ed Oliver is also a beast on the inside. The secondary, though, Jordan Poyer was like pretty damn ridiculous last year, man. He only allowed a 46% completion rating, and I think he was the best. He allowed the worst passer rating when targeted, which was like a complete fluke year for him. He allowed a 14 passer rating, which is like completely just ridiculous, given that he allowed, I think, over 100s in the two prior seasons. So I think he comes back down to earth. He's not going to be as good as he was last year, but they still got Trey White, who's a dog, and Teron Johnson as a nickel had a pretty sneaky good year last year. And they also added Kyer Elam from Florida, big body corner. I think his physicality is going to make him a day one starter, and he'll be all right too. So I have the Bills at 11-6. I have the Dolphins at 10-7. I have the Patriots at 8-9, and the Jets at 6-11.
Well, there you go. That's every fact that you could have possibly needed. That's every position, every offensive lineman, every wide receiver, every quarterback, every running back, every anything, including a shitty list of top 5 corners. You just got it right there. Now let's pass it over to the degenerates. Let's pass it over to your average Joe Schmo, the guy that's not paying PFF $35 a month. No disrespect, Dante. You know your shit. But I cannot pay those two guys use $35 a month to say Xavier Howard's not top 5.
The grades on PFF are like not very good. They're very inconsistent. You have to look at like the deeper like things like
PFF
the advanced stats.
Unless it makes your argument sound better. That's the only time PFF is useful.
Right.
I mean, the actual grades, the way that they grade the players is kind of flawed. Like the way they look at it is the players for each player. It's like a -2 scale and a +2 scale, and they grade it play by play, which I think is kind of flawed. And it's like, it's just one dude, and human error obviously comes in a factor. But like the actual stats and the actual like passer rating and forced completion percentage, like those things are all very helpful in my opinion. That's why I like to use it.
All right, fuck PFF. All right, the Dolphins are winning this division plus 450. Comb your hair, take care.
Sign me up.
Care. Buffalo, everyone just wants to slob. It's our division. It's here for the taking. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Preston Williams, if he makes a team, doesn't matter because we're so fucking deep. Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Sony Michel, how you doing? Tua Tagovailoa, year 3 leap. He's already throwing the ball 65 yards in practice. Need I say more? Absolutely not. Brand new head coach Mike McDaniel, offensive genius, already breaking our own defense. By the way, our defense is top 5. No one has a better secondary in the NFL than Byron Jones, Xavier Howard, Brandon Jones, and Javon Holland. We got Jalen Phillips. We got elite pass rushers. Our linebacking core is pretty questionable. They could show up. They might not. That's fine. I'll take my chances. Offensive line's a little bit of a concern, but you're giving me plus 450 for the Miami Dolphins. Sign me up Sunday through Sunday. We're not that far off from Buffalo. Let everyone keep slobbing them up. We're not going anywhere. No one's scared. It's our time. Here come the Dolphins, plus 450 to win the division.
I mean, Smoke ripped it. I'm not going to reiterate the points he just made. Instead, I'll go shit on the Bills and the Patriots a little bit. Starting with the Patriots, I mean, look at the whole entire AFC. Everyone's gotten better. The Browns are better. The Dolphins are better. There's so many good teams, and the Patriots just sat by and lost their best player in J.C. Jackson. They're not getting any better. The defense is just not the defense that we're used to back in the day. So the Patriots aren't going to be anything. We're taking their win total under. And then the Bills, I mean, the Bills played the easiest schedule in the league last year. They only played 6 teams that made the playoffs. In those games, they went 2-4. So the 6 tough games on their schedule, they had a losing record in. Now this year, they take the second largest leap in strength of schedule. You got to think the Bills are going to come down to earth at some point in time. I mean, is Josh Allen great? Sure he is. But they're gonna line up Kyer Elam, a rookie corner from Florida, and try and stop Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he's pretty good though.
He's stopping no Tyreek Hill.
He's
not stopping Tyreek Hill. He's not stopping Tyreek Hill.
He's not stopping Tyreek Hill. He's not stopping Waddle. I watched him at practice this weekend. I was at Bills camp. They're a bunch of bums. They're frauds. He's not that great. The Bills aren't winning the division, boys. The Dolphins are here to stay, and I'm going to give it over to someone else because that's been enough
Bobby,
Dolphins
can I ask you a question about Elam real quick? Like, what was your analysis of him? Like, why wasn't he very good? Just slow?
I thought he actually moved very, very well. I was impressed with how he moved. But then when he did some one-on-ones, I noticed like 2 reps in a row, he kind of got crushed. I'm obviously just shitting on him. I saw one practice.
Yeah,
I'm going to shit on the Bills regardless.
I didn't like about him. I thought he was kind of slow for his size. That was what
I thought it looked like he moved well.
Interesting.
Like his like cuts and whatnot. He was shifty from my my scouting report in the bleachers over there.
They panicked in the draft. They wanted McDuffie, and the fucking Chiefs, I think it was, hopped in from like 24 to 21 and took McDuffie. So they traded down to get Elam. And there was a video of their draft room like reacting to it, like, oh fuck, like we just got fucking jumped. AFC rival, and now he's gonna be playing there for 5 years. Yep. But go ahead, Dante.
Yeah, like I was saying, I have the Bills at 11-6, Dolphins at 10-7. But I will say this: I think the Dolphins have a better chance to win the Super Bowl than the Bills do. I would give you guys that.
Like that shit.
All right, I'll be the one. Unless
Bills are
Makes
the most
sense.
overrated. They're the most.
Xavier Howard ain't top 5. Now we win Super
They're the
Bowl.
most overrated. They're the most overrated team in the league.
Billy, are you
Buffalo?
Yeah,
behind
easily.
the Dolphins?
What'd you say?
You like the Dolphins this year?
I do like the Dolphins. I think their offense is going to be an absolute fucking yak
Whoa,
machine.
wait. I know what's going on.
Feels
No,
They're
I'm
all
here to-
saying they like the Dolphins.
No,
I'm here to say
I'm not just slobbing them off, as Smoke likes to say. Honestly, I like the Dolphins. My best bet is for them to make the playoffs at plus 135.
Love
I
that.
think that's an absolute fucking steal. But yeah, like I said, I think the offense is going to be fucking insane. Defense, defense is going to be solid. They were an absolute domination force the last 7 games of the year. And I think the rich get richer, man. They're going to be a solid team, and plus 135 to make the playoffs. I think that's an absolute lock.
Smart
So-
man.
For the sake of my brand,
Here's the
and
thing.
always
Here's the thing.
growing.
I'll let
No,
you
no,
go
no.
after. If
No,
you
no,
want.
no, you go, 'cause
As a
I'm against
diehard
them.
Dolphin fan, now I'm beating my chest. I'm betting us to win the AFC East. My favorite bet for the Dolphins is to win more than 8.5 games because that AFC is so stacked that I'm petrified that we'll get screwed out of some mathematical like 0.06 bullshit and we won't make the playoffs. Like that's my biggest nightmare for the Dolphins this
I mean,
year.
it happened 2 years ago, right?
What's
I-
0.06?
I'd rather go 3-14 than be in a playoff spot and not make it because of mathematical like percentage. I would actually off myself. If this team does not win 9 games with this roster, we're cursed, knock down the stadium and sell the team. If we do not win 9 games with this team, I am done.
That's the only bad thing about trading for Tyreek Hill because you emptied the entire clip for this
Oh yeah, we
year.
emptied the entire clip. We still have 2 first-round picks next year. Dweeb.
2 first-round picks doesn't
Full
get you
defense under
doesn't
construction.
get you a
dweeb.
quarterback. 2 first-round picks
Fucking
doesn't get you
does it?
shit.
Yeah, it does. It'll get
No,
us
it
a new
doesn't.
quarterback if Tua sucks.
2 first-round picks? What? Somebody's going to trade CJ Stroud for 2 first-round
You
picks?
can move up for 2 first-round picks.
Not to number 1?
You
Come
could
on,
go
Brad.
sign
You don't have
Lamar.
to go number 1.
Yeah, you don't
Sam
need to go
Darnold
number
went-
1.
Baker
Okay,
Mayfield
I'm talking about,
You don't need to
I'm
go
talking about
number 1.
drafting because that if you trade for a fucking player, then that's different.
Yeah.
I'll be the only person against the Dolphins. I think that they're improved offensively. I think that's obvious, at least with Tyreek Hill. I think their defense obviously solid. The only thing I don't like is the fact that Tua and McDaniels and that running game still have to play behind that offensive line. I get that you signed Armstead. He's a left tackle for a left-handed quarterback, which is probably the least important offensive lineman you need. I would have much rather them getting a blindside tackle with that money. Don't get me wrong, though. He's a dog. Got to stay on the field. But you need to run the ball for this offense. That's the way I see it. This offense needs to be able to run the ball to take advantage of everything that Waddle and Tyreek bring to it. Tyreek,
And they will run the ball.
no, but they
That's a
have
good
to run
point,
it
though.
successfully. Like I don't like anybody in that backfield.
I think they'll be better than
Chase Edmonds
they were
is not
last year
bad,
running the
though. I
ball.
like
Chase Edmonds is a
Mostert's
beast.
It's
good.
a
I
bunch
love
of
Chase
dudes that
Edmonds,
it's a bunch of dudes
Mostert
that are
healthy is
okay.
solid. But
Yeah,
he's just
Mostert's a
not
good. He's good.
Mostert,
he
Mostert hasn't
killed the
played more than
Packers.
Mostert
good
hasn't
player.
played a full season in a very long time. But
That's
if
what-
Mostert can
that's
stay
my-
healthy, that's a good compliment. And then Sony Michelle, Sony Michelle
Tony
can.
Michelle is fucking buns.
You
Sonny Michel-
never know.
He peaked in
No,
eighth
dude.
grade.
Sonny Michel is
Bad.
the worst. Dude,
He
No,
peaked in
he's
There's
bad.
eighth
way
grade.
there's way worse running backs than Sony Michel.
That's what
Name
I'm
one.
saying, dude.
Name-
You're
name
a lot
one.
worse than Duke
Dante,
Johnson.
name one.
Duke
Devin
Johnson's
Singletary.
pretty fucking bad.
Devin,
The
no,
last thing I
no.
have, the last thing I have about the offense in general, I like that Tyreek Hill last year was used in a completely different way. His yards per catch dropped like 3 or 4 yards. He caught more balls than any year in his career. That tells me that he can do more close to the line of scrimmage. He's not just a deep threat.
It's gonna be
And I
yak
think that's-
all the time.
That's
Exactly.
part
So
of the
much
Dolphins,
yak.
too.
So
I-
much yak.
That's what this
So do
offense-
you
that's
like
what
the
he
Dolphins
does.
or not like the Dolphins? What are we getting at here? 'Cause
No,
right
I
now
don't.
you're
I don't
loving-
like certain things. I mean, I told you earlier. I think they're the second best team in the division.
He's
I
given
don't
the pros
like-
and cons. He's given the pros and cons.
which is fair. Which is
I don't.
fair.
I think
Yeah.
they're the second best team in this division. I think they're clearly better than the Patriots. They're closer to the Bills than they are the Patriots.
1000%.
Sure.
Yes.
1000%.
But it scares me having a left-handed quarterback with a first-year head coach, first-year play caller. It's not the same as drop. Everything that Mike McDaniel's done in his career has been flipped now for Tua's left hand. That scares me for this offense.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. And like another thing you said about the running game, how it worries you. Like, look what San Fran does every year with the same exact scheme. They never have like a bell cow running back that everyone rushes out to draft in the first round.
They
It's
also
always
have
a
Trent
stable of
Brown.
guys.
They have Trent Brown too.
They
I
have
agree. They have Trent Brown.
They
Trent Brown
can.
is the best lineman in the league. I 1,000% agree.
Second best player in the league.
But I mean, okay, that's a hot take you just put on us. I respect it though.
Shouldn't be hot at all, dude. He's
Is
such a
he
good
or
player.
is he not better than Xavier Howard?
Oh.
His name is Trent
Is
Williams.
Trent Brown a top five
Brown or
corner?
Trent Williams?
Trent Williams.
Yeah. Oh,
Y'all
fuck me,
stay
dude. Holy crap.
disrespecting him. Last week you called him something else too.
Anyway,
Last week somebody actually messed me up, but this week that's just me being an idiot, bro. I just had like some shit done on my teeth, so my mind's all over the place.
Got that
Hey,
nugget game, boy.
how do you feel about this? I mean, how ass can he possibly be?
I mean, a lot of running backs average 4 yards per carry.
is this
4
kid
yards
actually-
per carry, bro. If you run the ball 3 times, that's a first down.
You can
Bro,
get a lot of
Martinez-
worse running backs than
You could say that same thing about 3 yards per
Show,
carry. You think 3 yards per carry? 3 yards per carry is good now? Is 3 yards per carry the new 4 yards per carry?
No, but he's running 4 yards per carry. It's different.
He's good covered,
extra
dude.
yard.
He's not going to be the bell
If you
cow.
average 3 yards per carry and run the ball
Like,
3
he's
times,
good
you
to
don't get a
fucking
first
just
down.
have
You run
around.
4
and
times, you get it though. You got
That's what
2
I'm
extra
saying.
yards with it too.
Oh no! Because fourth down, they got the extra blitz package, and then you don't get it. It's math. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, but average 3
If
times
this
4 is
offense
12.
comes down to Sony Michel, you guys are fucked. Simple.
This offense
I mean,
is not coming down to
obviously,
Sony Michel.
That is
bro.
correct.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
mean, if your offense comes down to Jalen Hurts having to throw the ball 40 times a game, you have no shot.
That's true.
I disagree. Disagree.
Why do you
Jalen Hurts
disagree?
can throw, dude. He can fucking throw the ball. He just can't throw it far.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
If you're a
Let's put
flip
someone
flopper,
else
I'm not
to
talking about your stupid birds, bro. Screw your dumb birds. I talk about them all the time. I do think they're gonna be good though. I said they have a chance to win the NFC this year because of how bad the NFC is. I think if the Dolphins were in the NFC, they'd be a favorite to win the NFC or up there, close to it.
Yeah.
Not the favorite, but top 5.
But look at the AFC, bro. Like, if you think AFC
Stacked,
you
loaded.
think of 12 teams that first thought you're like, yeah, they're making the playoffs. Then you're like,
Right.
fuck, only 7 of y'all can get in. So like,
Right.
That's tough for me.
I think everyone's sleep on the Raiders, low key, and I don't want to
I
get
do
too
as well.
off topic, but
I do as
I
well.
think everyone's just looking right over them.
Well,
Hope they do that.
They're not the
Raiders
worst
might be
team- they're not
scared.
the worst team in the
But like
division.
they have like the worst offensive lineman in the league, like starting for them.
Storm, what's his name?
No, Alex Leatherwood.
Oh, thought it was your boy from last year.
No,
He gets
Storm
bullied
Norton's,
a lot.
Storm Norton's on the Chargers. He's a backup now, though, thank God, because we got Zion Johnson. Zion Johnson went off at practice today. He's gonna be a dog.
A huge Zion Johnson guy. I've been following
Same,
his whole
dude.
career.
He's an animal.
Since middle school.
Yes. Who the
Probably
fuck
been a
is
dog since
Zion
middle school, dude.
Johnson?
I wouldn't put it past him. The first round pick.
From this year?
Yeah,
I must have. I can't believe I missed Zion.
Where is
Johnson.
he, Dante? Where is he out of? What college did he go to?
Boston College. He can
Boston
play every
College.
position on the offensive line. He's a dog.
I mean,
All right, let's
Dante's
get back-
a dog.
let's
Is a
get back to
dog.
the
And he
AFC.
threw Jerry Tiller at practice, so that's a plus. That's what I
So
saw it 5 times on my Twitter today, bro. Zion Johnson threw Jerry Tiller. Like, I love it.
So I gave you guys Dolphins to win the division. Dolphins over 8.5 wins. Billy Smokes, what do you have for me today?
For the Finns or just in general?
In general, bro, you guys don't. You don't have to be a
fan
Fins
because
fan.
we just spent,
I get it.
we
Like,
spent 15
we're
minutes talking
lit,
about the
we're on the
Dolphins.
come
Just want to
up.
make sure we're still
Everyone
talking
wants
the
to be a
Dolphins.
fan. Everyone wants to hop on the bandwagon. I'll pick you up in the Rolls Royce fandom. Don't worry. Send me the address. I'll be there, bro. There's
Listen,
plenty of
listen. I
Chargers.
need a new team. I need a new team, anyways. So, and I'm
Oh,
from
yeah,
Florida.
you
And the Bears might as well, like I said last pod, they might as well be an XFL team. But I mean, if we're going to talk about just the AFC East in general, I mean, I'm with you guys. I think the Pats are going to be really, really bad this year. Joe Judge and Matt Patricia vying for play calling duties offensively
That
don't
sounds
really
so bad.
doesn't
Wait,
really
offensively?
breathe a whole lot of hope into
Yeah,
me.
Matt Patricia's
Um,
calling the plays for the New England Patriots on offense.
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
between him or Joe Judge. And so
Yeah.
it's
Poison.
really
Joe Judge,
up
the
to
guy
you.
who ran
You
the,
wanna
the guy who
die
ran
by
the QB
drowning,
sneak
or
on
do you
3rd and
wanna
8 on
die
your
by
own
being
2
put on
line.
fire?
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
was
So
classic.
so honestly, yeah, like I said, I already gave my bet. I already gave one of my best bets for this division. That was Dolphins to make the playoffs at plus 135. Pats under win total at 8.5 at plus 110. I think this offense is going to be a abysmal. They like Devontae Parker, like he's better than what they have, but he's not enough.
Not even close. I know
not even
Devontae Parker.
They don't
And
have
then
Devontae, he probably tore his hamstring waking up out of bed this morning,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
He's not
right.
playing
Exactly.
He's
And,
not
like,
playing 17 games.
They let J.C. Jackson walk, and they usually always have like this next guy up mentality at cornerback. Like it was Darrell Rivas, then it was Malcolm Butler, and then it was Stephen Gilmore, then it was J.C. Jackson. Who is going to step up as that number one cornerback? No fucking clue. That defense is going to take a step back as well, although we're so accustomed to them being solid and that being their best unit on the team. But I just think in general, the Pats are going to take a step back, and the Pats fans are going to be in for a rude awakening this year. They're going to come back to reality, and they're going to maybe shit, dude. 500,
I'm feeling something.
7-10 is like my record prediction for them, which is modest. And like Mac Jones is good. He's not
No, he's
bad.
not.
But like, I just don't think that
He's
they're
so
going
mid.
to.
Oh my God! Hold up! I'm feeling.
It's not going to be the
something.
Pats of old, dude. It's not going to be the Pats of old.
I'm feeling a max play. It's coming. It's coming. Oh,
Oh,
Dolphins week 1 -2.5 for my mortgage. I'll put anything
I love
on
that.
my life on it.
I legitimately
Life on
love
it.
that.
Anyone want the Patriots? Let me know. Minimum bet $500.
And isn't the first game in Miami too, or is it in Foxborough?
It's in Miami with that.
It's in Miami. Oh, then yeah,
It's at The Rock, baby.
Ring it up.
Bring
it up.
That's the
Ring it up.
line.
See me out the fucking window, baby.
That's gross.
Cash.
Catch me out the window.
Yo, can we say like anything about the Jets? I don't think anybody said.
Yeah, dude. I think the Jets are going to be solid.
I like
They're
the
going to come in
defensive
third
line,
place.
other than Jermaine Johnson.
I think that the Jets are going to be a fucking overs machine. I think their offense can score.
Agreed.
This defense is historically awful. I know they've gotten some guys in, but holy shit, this team gave up over 500 points last year. If you do 500 divided by 17, which is the amount of games they played, it's a fucking big ass number. It doesn't make sense how bad they
You
were.
didn't even have the number. I thought you were going to give us the math.
It's got to be over.
Just even give us the math.
Bro, they gave up.
I think the Jets will be
500
better
points.
than the Patriots. Is that a hot
Agreed.
take?
Yes,
Wow.
agreed.
I think that their
Agreed.
offense will definitely. I think that you'll at the end of the year you'll be like, holy shit! Like the Jets are a defense away from being a decent football team. The Patriots, who the fuck knows? I think Mac Jones can get better and the team get worse. Like they're so prehistoric. They're in the Tom Brady hangover. They don't know.
I mean, they made the
fuck they're gonna
playoffs
do.
last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
but
They
see.
got fucking routed by the Bills, though. What was it, like
And
41
I'd
to 10 or
rather
41
not
to
make the
16 or
playoffs.
something? Like,
They're a team that's
They
just
got
stuck.
wrecked.
They're stuck. They don't know what they want to do. They'd rather beat you 14
Hey,
to
to
10.
be fair though, they won a game where Mac Jones threw the ball 3 times.
Yeah, the
I
biggest.
think-
I had the
game
under
of
in
all
that
time.
game.
I
was
think that's what
amazing.
they want to do.
Who were they
I don't
playing?
think
Were
they
they
want
playing
to
the
pass
Colts
the
that
ball.
game?
They're
Or the
not
Ravens?
really-
The Bills. They're playing the Bills.
Oh,
It was like
right,
35
yeah.
mile
Sunday
per
night.
hour win.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
That's what they want to do, though. They don't want to dart you down the field. They don't, obviously, by their roster construction, they don't want to fucking throw the ball. They don't have anybody that can catch or run. So what do they? They have to want to just run it down your throat. The entire division is a fucking just like a disgusting black eye for the running back position in fantasy sports. Like, who the fuck is picking a running back from this division? I don't
Brees
know.
Hall's pretty good. Brees Hall.
Brees?
Yeah, Brees
Brees
Hall.
Hall's going to be solid.
That's crazy though,
I like
because
Brees
what's
Hall.
his name? Michael Carter was tough last year.
He is.
Yeah, he was solid. He was solid.
Like that's why I don't
About
understand
the-
why they went running back in the second
Yeah.
round.
There's got to be something going on behind the scenes.
It was their fourth pick,
Yeah.
though. It wasn't their second. You know, if it was their second pick,
No,
maybe
I know,
they would've-
I get that, but
Still,
even-
though, they could have added like another linebacker. I mean, their linebacking room is pretty atrocious.
The Jets to me are the Bills of 2018-19, but the question is, can Zach Wilson become even close to Josh Allen?
no, that's what the Dolphins are. That's been my analogy for the Dolphins. Is we're
Really?
the 2018-19 Bills waiting for our quarterback to make a leap because that's what we are away. If you put Josh Allen on the Dolphins and Tua on the Bills,
Completely.
Dolphins would
different
be
offense.
favorites
Super
to win
Bowl
the
favorites.
AFC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Would be Super Bowl favorites.
That offense would be insane.
We could have our same shitty offensive line. If all you did was switch Tua and Josh Allen, the Dolphins would be the favorite to win the Super Bowl.
100%.
Yeah, well,
the
the Bills
offensive line doesn't even
defense
matter
up
with
there.
Josh Allen. The Bills
Right,
offensive line
because
is
he's
terrible.
6'6"
He just does his
and
thing.
you can't
He
tackle
can
him.
just run.
Yeah.
But that's why
Very
I
good runner.
also like I don't want the Bills to I don't want Josh Allen to have 14 rushing attempts per game. Like not if I'm in the Bills front office. That you're about to give this dude what 200.
Dude, remember their playoff game? The owner was like freaking out in his suite because they kept running the ball with him.
Quarterback power.
Was that
Quarterback
the
power.
Bro, like they were freaking out. Like the guy was like going nuts. Like literally, I think he called the coach in the middle of the game, and it was like, bro, I think Jason Taylor for some reason was like there for that. I don't know why, but I'm telling you, like that happened.
Do y'all remember the Texans versus the fucking Bills? Josh Allen's rookie year, the playoff game, where he was just
it was an
I
awful
watched it
game.
work.
It was like the worst game ever.
They were actually questioning if this man was drunk.
Didn't he have the craziest fumble ever? He had a crazy fumble or something in that game.
He just ran
backwards.
Yards.
His rookie year, bro, he just mashed buttons. Like when you're playing Madden and you're just trying to do do everything at once. That's Josh Allen his rookie year. He was just trying to do everything at once.
He hurled that one guy though. That was pretty cool.
He did. That was pretty sick.
But you kind of saw that from Zach Wilson too last year, but he didn't convert on the plays. But like he's a guy that was the first time in his career he's been in an offense with some sort of fucking like formation. Like at BYU, everything that he did was off the fucking his like like
Johnny Manziel at A&M.
Yeah, it was a lot of
don't even.
No, at BYU, not comparing the players, but his style of play he creates for that offense. Last year, he was the best quarterback in the league in less than like 2 seconds getting the ball out. It was his first time ever in a play action offense with the Jet, like with any team. Who's the fucking?
What do you mean? They ran play action. They ran play action a lot at BYU.
No, I'm saying with him with the Jets last year. Who's their offensive coordinator? Mike LaFleur.
Yeah, Mike LaFleur.
I'm saying it's his first time in his offense.
Okay.
At BYU, when you watch like Zach Wilson highlights, like everything is him fucking rolling out, like he's creating time for people to get open. Last year, you didn't see that much. So in his second year in an offense, let's see how he calms down or how they adjust to his play style. It could be a big year for him.
The jump in teams that he played too was ridiculous. I mean, you look at BYU's schedule, they broke out. It was the COVID year, so no Power 5 schools were playing until like November, or at least the Power 5 schools that BYU would usually play.
Mm-hmm.
So they were playing South Alabama every week, and it's like
he lost to Coastal Carolina too.
You put like 90% of college quarterbacks with that schedule in that BYU team, and they'll do probably the exact same thing just because of how bad the teams they played were.
Look at the Jets' schedule. They play the entire AFC North to start. Their first 4 games are against the AFC North. Like they have to start the season and just repeatedly get fucking punched in the face every single week by these defenses.
Yeah,
and then they go look at their first like 10 games.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Bro, look at the Dolphins schedule. That's the only thing that I hate for us this year. But if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. But here's our first 4 games, and they're already implanted into my head. Patriots week 1, at home, on the road against the Ravens. Not an easy game, even though we murdered them last year. I think the Ravens would be really good when healthy. Then we play at home against Buffalo. We beat Buffalo 1 time since 2017. In our last 4 meetings, I think I wrote it down. We've lost by a combined score of like 168 to 45. So we've been getting bent over. And then we play at Cincinnati Thursday Night Football.
That's a good game.
We got to make it out 2-2, or else I think we're screwed. Because then we play the Jets on the road. We should win. The Vikings at home at 1 p.m. That's going to be a shootout, I think. Then we play Pittsburgh Sunday night at home. Brian Flores comes back to the Hard Rock.
We're winning.
Not an easy game. I think we get it done. Then we play the Lions, free win. Then we play the Bears. I mean, I won't even watch that game.
Easy there, kid.
I'm going to wake up and
win. The Lions are
bringing the upset alert right now.
The Eagles week 1. Got it.
Yes.
Nah,
the Lions will beat the Eagles week 1. And then 5, Watson comes to Miami. That's a tough game. Houston comes to Miami. That's a dub. But then this is where it gets hard. This closeout stretch is absolute AIDS. On the road against the 49ers, on the road against the Chargers, on the road against Buffalo, at home on Christmas against Green Bay, on the road in New England. I think we win one of those games in LA, hopefully the Chargers, because that's the game I'm going to go to. And I'll never sit here and say that the Dolphins are going to beat Buffalo in Buffalo until I see it with my own 2 eyes. And then we close out against the Jets at home. But that stretch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games is AIDS. And I think that's going to make or break the Dolphins.
If I must add, that Packers game on Christmas, see how most players are mad they play on Christmas because they like miss their family. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a family.
Yeah, so he has no family.
Talk to his family.
He's stoked. He's like, it's another game. It's another day for him.
He's like, let's go. Christmas time, they're going to have to watch me.
He canceled his family years ago.
Yeah, he hates his mom.
Isn't that crazy?
Dolphins Jets game is going to be I'm just calling it now. It's going to be one of the most lopsided scores of the season. The Dolphins are going to, unless they get injuries or something, they're going to beat the fuck out of the Jets in Week 5.
I love this. I love this.
Stop
Why
it.
is Ryan being so nice today? What's wrong with him?
No, I want to root against the Dolphins, trust me, but I think that they have a good team. It just comes down to Tua. But think the Dolphins are going to play 4 tough-ass games, just like the Jets, and they're going to be probably 2-2. Let's call it fair, 2-2. And they're going to fucking see the Jets and be like, all right, these motherfuckers have been even more embarrassing than us for the last 10 years.
Right.
And this is where you either fucking make or break your season with like a statement game. You can kill the Jets because look at their first 4 games. You can put them in the fucking dirt, don't look back, and you can
Put that dick in the dirt and don't pull up, boy.
exactly, and you can fucking carry some momentum into the season. Beat the shit out of the Jets. Let them know that they're still the fucking Jets, and move on.
So can we get
Alright.
what do you guys say the record's going to be for the Dolphins? Because I said
Okay.
10-7. Like,
Honestly,
what do you-
I
I'm
like
right there
10
with
and 7.
you.
I like
I
10
think they
and
go
7 a lot.
10-7. I'm gonna do what Dante does, and I never really do like ceiling floor. I think the ceiling is 12 wins. 12 wins is their ceiling. Like if they find a way to beat Cleveland at home, which I don't think is impossible, but like when I'm giving what I think is gonna happen, trying to be as like balanced as possible. I'm not trying to get my hopes too high. And then I think they could win one time against Buffalo and beat Green Bay. I think that would
And
get
sweep
us
New
12
England.
wins.
My
That bye
yeah,
week
well,
sucks.
I don't. We could sweep New England, but
You guys
again,
will
I
sweep
think
New
our-
Have the
England,
last
for
2
sure.
years. Have the
For
last
sure.
2 years.
that's fair. Yeah, but Flores is gone now, so
You
it's
have
a
a
new
wasted
coach.
bye
Flores
week.
had their number. So ceiling's 12 wins. I think we win 10, and I think our floor is 8 and 9. There's no way that this team does not win more than 8 games.
That's
But
where I
the-
was
the
like
floor is 8.
this was the only team that my ceiling and floor were way different than each other. Like I think I
Like,
said
they're
the
close.
ceiling, no, like super far because all those games are so tough. Like it's all 50-50 games.
Well,
And it's like I
yeah.
could see them winning, but I could also see them losing. Like I mean, even the Vikings, like it's at home, but like they're still
I
a
know
very
Vikings
solid
are
team.
weird.
Like, that's
Vikings
cool.
are
times a game.
Like, I could
1 o'clock
totally
Kirk
see them
Cousins.
losing that game. I could totally see them winning that game by 10. You know, it's just really weird. So
1
I think
o'clock Kirk Cousins.
I think my
100%.
floor for them was like
Cousins.
6-11, and the ceiling was like 12-5. Like it very,
Yeah.
very weird
I mean,
schedule.
this team had an 8-game winning streak last year, and they finished what?
8
9
and
and 8.
9 and 8.
We were in the playoffs at one point, and then we got steamrolled by Tennessee.
So a low floor for them isn't that crazy, considering that 8-game win streak, at least 4 of those teams didn't have quarterbacks.
Oh, they were terrible. I mean, we got
Exactly.
blessed. We got
So-
blessed. We played Ian Book, Joe Flacco, Mike
Ian
Glennon.
Book.
You know, it's
Um,
probably-
I remember that. That game was so bad.
like we
dude.
played some bums, bro. We really did play some
I
bums.
remember that
Bums.
game.
That's a
Oh,
blessing,
Cam
though,
Newton. We played Cam Newton.
Yeah, and
Well,
Field,
we
I think
didn't-
you make a good point. But what about the fact that we also started
Well-
Jacoby Brissett at games and had a
Yeah, that's
7-game
true.
losing streak?
I mean, yeah,
so it goes
that's
both
what-
ways.
That's where I was about to go with it. Like it's kind of a
Yeah,
blessing and a curse because if you don't win those 8 games in a row, if you're 5-12, you're not trading for Tyreek Hill. You're not signing Teron Armstead. You're not putting Tua in a
100%.
position to get better. So it will even out. Like I said, I think they're the second best team in the division. I think the Patriots and the Jets are closer to each other than either of them are to the Dolphins. Which
Agreed.
I mean, you have the fucking Bills. They're the Super Bowl favorites. They have the MVP favorite. I mean, you can't get too greedy.
Right. I agree with that. But I mean, for value purposes, I'll take the Dolphins for value at plus 450. It's my favorite team.
Well,
I'm
look
gonna
at the
sweat
Bills
that out.
schedule.
The Bills' schedule is brutal, bro.
Let me look at the Bills
The
schedule.
Schedule is
Pull it
brutal.
up.
Yeah.
Rams, Titans, Dolphins,
Rams.
Ravens.
The Titans suck though. The Titans
Nah.
suck.
Yeah,
I think-
Titans.
The Titans
You
might
can't take them
suck, but
seriously.
they're going to win 10-plus games. They're not going to be.
Yeah.
like-
This schedule.
I don't know about
I mean, I don't think
10
this
plus.
schedule's as hard as we
Maybe.
think, bro. You guys
I
really
don't know.
think Buffalo's schedule is that bad?
The only reason it
Buffalo's
doesn't
not
look
really.
that
I
crazy-
don't like Buffalo. Like I was going into looking at their schedule, like wanting to bet the under because I don't like the team, and I had them at 11-6. So I'm not going to bet it because I think their schedule is pretty easy.
I think that
I
since
don't
you're
think it's
looking,
that bad.
you're looking at
easy,
the
if
other
anything.
teams' schedules in these divisions, that they all say Bills on it twice. They don't play themselves,
Yeah,
which makes their
true.
schedule look a lot easier.
Very true.
Like it's not an easy game against the Patriots in Foxborough. I don't care who the fuck is playing quarterback.
I agree.
The Dolphins aren't an easy game, even though the Bills make it seem like they are. It's obviously not an easy game. Like you,
At Lions on a short week's not an easy game either.
Yeah.
By
people
kneecap,
might
baby.
just give
And
that a
remember,
free win.
This team wasn't consistent last year. They heated up at the right time and going into the playoffs, but this is the same team that lost to the Jags, then they beat the shit out of somebody, then they
Lost
lost.
to the Steelers.
So this isn't. I like the Bills, but I'm not rushing to bet them as a fucking Super Bowl favorite like a squid and have a plus 700 in my pocket for 6
like
months.
a squid.
Yeah, nah. We got to leave that stuff for the others.
All right, let's rip off our locks. So I got Dolphins to win the division plus 450. Dolphins over 8.5 wins. That's my favorite. Dolphins to beat the Patriots week 1. I'm slamming that for every penny I have.
But minus
And
2.5.
my fourth bet, this one's going to be so 50-50. I think if Tua plays all 17 games, this should be a no sweat, easy winner. If he misses 3 to 4 games, 1, he should be kicked off the team, and 2, this bet has no life at cashing. But Tua to have over 24.5 passing touchdowns. I know we're going to be a run-first team, but there is no way in hell that you could have these weapons play 17 games and not have 25 touchdowns by the end of the year. Let me just do some quick maths. 17 times 2 is 34. Averaging, all you have to do is average 1.5 touchdowns per game. You have one game where you throw 3 or 4. You should hit that, bro.
I agree.
You should
That's
hit
a good
that.
bet. Is that just passing or is that total touchdown?
Passing, just passing.
Okay, I like that. So I'll go through.
And if he doesn't
bets.
get that number, he sucks ass. If he doesn't get that, plays all 17, he sucks ass.
I agree.
Even if they're like 11-6,
He'll be
Don't
Jimmy
care.
G. He'd be the weak link of the team.
well, that's what I see when I see the Dolphins. Like they're trying to make him a Jimmy G type of player. Like,
Right,
But-
which is fine until you get to the Super Bowl.
yeah,
And then you can't win because you can't play.
You can't hit a throw.
Yeah.
yep.
The Niners would have won that Super Bowl if Jimmy G hits that throw. I mean, the guy was wide open.
He had a double-digit lead too. He was up.
Yeah.
like 12 points going.
I had
into
the Chiefs
going into the
slam
fourth
that
quarter.
game. I thought I was dead.
It's just so tough. Like looking at the fucking AFC and just seeing all these teams. Like
That's
the
why I'm
Dolphins.
scared to bet us to make the playoffs because we should. But like 10 wins, you're praying to get in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the whole AFC West. Everybody expects that division to have 3 playoff teams right there.
Yeah.
So if you don't think the Dolphins are winning this division, then fuck. That's it.
Right.
True.
Okay.
And the North, I mean, the North could maybe have 3 teams. Obviously, the Watson's out for 6 games, but the North's no joke either. But
The Browns are going to be hot ass.
you think so?
I don't think
We'll
they're
get to
that
We'll
good.
get to
First
that.
6
I
games.
was looking at their
They're gonna be
roster. It's
bad.
not that good.
They're a Deshaun Watson away from being a playoff team and a contender. They're not a Deshaun Watson away from being the best team in the AFC.
Yeah,
feel that.
I think if they had Watson last year or 2 years ago, they would be. But like
But I
that
mean,
roster,
there's a chance all those AFC North teams finish above 500. Like that would not shock me.
No, the AFC is brutal. There's like
Steelers do it every
3
year.
bad teams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Steelers would be the one that I'd be like 50-50 on, and they do it every year. So like I feel like
bet-
they might
Yeah.
not do it again.
If you want to bet the Dolphins, you take the 8.5, and you just fucking
Yeah.
pray that they make the playoffs for your sanity.
right.
I agree
Yeah,
with that.
I agree. And that's what I was going to say. I think the best bet for the Dolphins is definitely the win total, like Smoke highlighted. If you want to get a little plus money and take them to make the playoffs, plus 140 is what I saw on DraftKings before the show. I think it's worth a shot, man. I really do. I would love to fade the Bills. That 11.5 number is a little sketchy. I also had them at 11 wins, so I'm not going to lay juice on. I think that's actually plus money on the under, but still just a thin margin there. I don't think it's worth a bet. My only other bet for this division is going to be the Patriots under 8.5 wins, and it's minus 105 to the under. I went through their schedule, and I could see the Patriots winning 5-6 games this year.
I did as
I
well.
know that's the
Yep.
low end, but I don't see a ceiling that they win double digits. I just see no shot in hell that they win double digits. So I definitely love that under. And if you're going to give me minus 105 as well, sign me up for that. That's my favorite play for sure of this division.
Look at Smoke. He's just fantasizing about this Dolphins offense.
Yeah, dude. Everything
hard
that
right
Bobby just said, Smoke is like, holy shit, that was awesome.
No, I was looking at
That
the
was so sick. Say it again, Bobby. Please say it again. That was sick.
Bro, he's getting so hyped in his
Dude.
head. He's like, holy
I
fuck.
mean, no, I'm already hyped. Like I've already creamed my jeans like 100 times. looking
Yeah,
at
I
the
was going
Dolphins
to ask, what are you
depth
doing with that right hand, dude? I can't see your right hand under that desk. Are you using that right hand right now? Yeah, there we go.
chart. I was honestly looking at the Browns depth chart. I'm like, yo, like we're kind of talking crazy about them. Like they're kind of nice.
I think the Browns are nice. Yeah.
They're a really good team. I
Yeah,
like them a
dude.
lot.
I mean, like the first 6 games it'll be tough for them, but like once Deshaun comes back and you know, it's Deshaun fucking Watson. Like, he's going to be just fine, and they'll figure things out. But yeah, no, for me, everything that Bobby just said, I agree with. Fins to make the playoffs plus 135, and Pat's under win total at 8.5 at plus 110. I have it at plus 110.
Ooh, that's a nice line.
Yeah, I mean, that's those two bets for me. Those are my favorite bets from this division by far.
Personally, I'm not taking anything, but if you had to make me take something, it'll be the Patriots under.
Yeah, agreed.
It's turning into fucking Toby, Bobby.
It's under.
How, dude? How? I gave out my bets.
He didn't like that. He didn't like that.
No, dude. I mean, I don't like anything here. Like, if I said, I mean, if you force me,
I respect it,
Alright,
Dante.
you're
I respect
keeping
it,
the buck, you're
Dante.
keeping the buck.
I'll
If
take
you don't
take
like
the
the
Saints.
Patriots-
Double down on the Saints and 49ers win total overs. Then, if you don't like anything here, I mean, it's that easy.
Oh man.
Famous Jameis, baby.
Dolphins
Sir.
over.
Famous
Patriots under. Go. Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Exact order. Bills, Eagles, Super Bowl matchup. Got there. Fucking Stephon Diggs props. Definitely bounce back here coming. Tyreek Hill over receptions. Tyreek Hill to lead the league in receptions. And that's about it. I like it. Yo, I
Tyreek
like
to
it.
lead the league in
Bro,
receptions.
Tyreek Hill,
I
they
think
showed
so,
like a new side to this man last year. Everybody thinks that he got out of fucking Kansas City because he didn't like the way their offense was going. Bro, he just wanted the bag. That's
Yeah,
all.
oh,
it
yeah.
was. They
He wanted to come to Florida and chill out.
Dude, I forgot to say this. I listened to a fucking Kansas City Chiefs podcast for some reason. It was so awful. I'm not going to say the name, but it was addicting because they were such pussies. They were crying for 30 minutes straight about Tyreek Hill. Bro, they hate this man. But yeah, bro,
Really?
he had like the most targets, most receptions last year of any year of his career. Way more stuff near the line of scrimmage, which we just saw Mike McDaniels use fucking Debo Samuel. Like he just pimped Debo Samuel out for 17 weeks last year. So
Really did, bro.
and you've got Tyreek Hill there. Like if you have a quarterback that might not be able to get him the ball deep, you better get him the fucking ball
And that
short.
bitch off.
Right? Like you have to get him the ball at least 10 times a game. He has to touch the ball 10 times a game. I don't care.
At the very least.
Exactly. So think, bro, like he's got, I don't know, the way I see it, he's going to be heavily featured in this offense.
Should be.
It's
Agreed.
gonna be
That
like
boy
a lot of
finna go
them.
quick in fantasy, my boy.
He is. But
Oh,
Tyreek
shit.
Hill is also kind of like questionable to me. I don't know if he realizes how big of a drop off he's going from Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
What do you mean? Tua Tagovailoa is the most accurate quarterback
Most
in the NFL.
accurate quarterback in the
I'm just
NFL, bro.
Patrick Mahomes. and
His
Andy
words, not
Reid.
mine.
To-
You've never caught a ball from Tua or Patrick Mahomes. Tyreek has caught balls from both,
Yeah,
and he
you
said Tua is
wouldn't
the
know,
most
bro.
accurate quarterback in the NFL. So.
Tyreek said that Tua is the most accurate quarterback in the league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been talking
after
out
he
his
got
ass a
traded
lot,
to the
though. He's
Dolphins,
been-
Tyreek
Damn.
Hill didn't even know who Tua was 6 months ago.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
You guys sound like haters.
Like,
You
I
guys
don't
sound
wanna-
like someone who's never caught balls from both men.
No, you're right, but I feel like Tyreek is kind of setting him up for failure by like saying stuff like that.
But what's
Is it-
what's the failure? If he plays bad, we get rid of him. Who cares if Tyreek said it or not? We were going to
Well,
do the same thing either way.
That's true, but I mean,
Well,
at
if he
this point,
plays
it's
bad,
like
you're gonna be
the,
bad.
the expectation from people now is that Tua must be first in the league in adjusted completion percentage, or else the year's a bust.
They just have to get him the ball, bro.
No,
They can get him
Dante.
the ball in like such like just by the line of scrimmage and just let him do his thing.
Dante,
Same thing with Waddle.
or pick between Zach Wilson and you decided something.
look at him.
What's the determining factor in that? I'm crying inside.
I said it once and I'll say it again. You know, Zach Wilson is a dog, but I really play with the most accurate quarterback in the NFL.
All right. If you think Zach
There you
Wilson's a
go.
dog, I'm not really going to take his words.
Zach Wilson, how are we going to have a whole
Crazy.
podcast?
Look at that
about the
boy
Jets?
right there. Look at them shades on you.
I hope he didn't get drug tested.
He tried. Yo,
We're gonna have a whole podcast.
That's
about
why
the
he has his
AFC East
fucking
and the
glasses
Jets
on, bro.
and not give him some credit.
Tyreek Hill
Zach
might
Wilson
be
gets some credit.
Tyreek Hill might be the only person on planet Earth that is higher than me right now. Like seriously, he must
The
be.
most accurate
fly.
quarterback in the league. The league.
I hope for y'all's sake, I hope that the Dolphins are good. I hope they're not better than the Eagles because I won't hear the end of that. But I hope that we fucking play
That'd
in
be
the
brutal.
Super Bowl and we win by like 1 point and we can all just celebrate.
Hold on, are we not
Dude,
going to address
if
the elephant in the
Dolphins
room here?
lost the Super Bowl by 1 point, I would not celebrate anything except my death.
You guys celebrate the Heat making the bubble finals 4 years ago. You will celebrate that shit until you.
I've
die.
seen the Heat win multiple championships. This
No, you've
please do
seen
not compare.
LeBron. LeBron.
Dude, LeBron. I saw D Wade too, dude. Fucking dweeb.
Are you not going to call Field out for not taking your bet, Smoke? Because you challenged him to a bet, mano-y-mano, Eagles versus Dolphins, and Field said no, if I remember correctly.
No, we're in for 100.
Oh, you guys are in? Okay, my bad. I just had to make sure.
We're in for
Someone
it.
said no in that chat, though.
He wanted to max me out though. Smoke wanted to do like a yo.
Nah, I didn't want to max you out because I saw your schedule. I'm just like, that shit's too easy.
Somebody,
Okay, I just had to
think it
make
was
sure.
Krug, bro. Krug just takes every activity and he's like,
Bro,
let's
he
make
makes
it
everything
rich.
not fun. He just
damn,
wants to make
dude.
everything like $1,000 minimum, or I'm
When
not playing this year.
When I retire, bro, I'm making sure that my kids are fucking firefighters so they can live like Krug. Because that motherfucker, he's putting guac on everything. He doesn't give a fuck.
Oh
Facts,
my God.
dude.
Shout out Krug if you made it this far. We love you.
My
All right, we're
bad.
gonna wrap it up with that. Shout out to the chat. Look at this thing, absolutely blown up to the max. That's a lot of fucking comments. Thank you guys so much.
Who's
If you
next?
haven't already, subscribe, like the video, whatever. But please subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Go to the casino. Grab the old man outside that's asking for change. Tell him to come here if he needs some, because we'll give him some locks that'll knock the socks right back onto his feet, because I know he doesn't have any. I'm your host.
We took him
Nicky
away.
Stokes. He threw him away. He sold
They
him.
threw him away. Yeah, dude.
He sold them.
I'm your host, Nicky Stokes.
What's a
Thanks for
pair of
watching.
socks from a homeless man going for?